Hi, good evening everybody. Welcome to Inside the Numbers. I wanted to do this video. I talked about this yesterday, guys. I wanted to do a video on Yzerman's numbers versus Adams. We're going to look at this because, you know, I've just about had it. I swear, with this whole Verana thing, how other channels are saying, oh my God, Steve Yzerman does it again. He does it again. All he did was put somebody in waivers and didn't get claimed, and all of a sudden he's a genius. Which to me was a dumb, boneheaded move, putting this guy in waivers. Honestly, it was. They're lucky he didn't get picked up, but teams are smart enough to know if there's drug addiction or something going on with the person, they don't go near it. They just won't. So, why do you think Evander Kane, nobody would touch with a 10-foot pole, and he's an awesome hockey player? Because of the issues, the baggage that comes with it, the skeletons in the closet. Nobody wants to deal with this crap. We're going to look at some numbers, we're going to compare, we're going to be honest, and I'll tell you what, let's just open the door to this, because I'll tell you, it seems like every channel, except mine, doesn't say he's overrated like I do. I've said he's overrated from day one. You guys know I say that on this channel. I think Yzerman's a good hockey man. I was happy when he was in charge of Team Canada, being Canadian, I really was. I thought he did a great job. But sometimes you get a little too much credit because of your name. So let's take a look at this. And I'm calling it Yzerman versus Adams, folks. Now, the 4 years Yzerman has been there, in the total games as a GM, 247. Of course, we know with the COVID and everything, there's less games. And this year I'm counting as the 4 years, okay? So 4 years means 3 previous to this. So let's take a look at it. 247 games. 84 wins, 131 losses, 32 overtimes for 40.5 winning percentage, points percentage, call it what you want. The 3 years with the Sabres under Adams, total games, 175. The Sabres are 67 wins, 88 losses, 20 overtimes for a 44.0% winning percentage, points percentage. Take a look. Already, we're going to continue talking about this though. Let's be fair to Yzerman, okay? Let's be fair. Let's go only the last 3 years, even though I'm going to talk about what Adams inherited when he got here. Yzerman, the last 3 years, not counting his first year, which was horrible. They had a bad year. So let's be fair. In 176 games, 67, we got 67. 82, we got 88. 27, we got 20. Winning percentage is 46.0. Adams is 44.0. So why isn't Adams also a genius is my question, guys. Why? Why not? Let's look at the winning streaks. This for me is a big telltale sign. In 2019-2020, Yzerman's squad had one 3-game winning streak. Adams didn't qualify, he wasn't GM yet. In 2021, Adams had one 3-game winning streak. We had 0. And let's not forget that year, guys. We did not win back-to-back games in regulation once the entire season. Not once. And we went 0-15-3, setting a franchise and an NHL record practically for the longest losing streak in NHL history. In the modern era, it was, you know, we tied the record. So 0-15-3. This is what Kevin Adams inherited, okay? Let's be honest here. Let's not pretend. If you're a Detroit fan, don't pretend Adams did not inherit this. Let's not pretend. With Jack Eichel hanging over our head and Sam wanting to leave and Risto starting to get a sour face, all of it. And of course then our goalie ups and leaves and signs with Boston and becomes a traitor on us. I mean, I can go over so many things that happened to us that year. Last year, everybody was saying that the Buffalo Sabres would be the worst team in NHL history. Everybody remembers this before the season, 2021-2022. Detroit had one 3-game winning streak and a 5-game winning streak. The Sabres had 2 3-game winning streaks. It's good. It's not bad when you came back from this, right? And this year in 2022-2023, Yzerman's team so far this year has a one 3-game winning streak, 1 4-game winning streak. The Sabres have 2 3-game winning streaks and a 6-game winning streak. Now, this doesn't separate him from Yzerman. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is this. When it's 46% to 44%, and that GM's had a year up on you, and your team's doing better right now, you know? Now, Detroit fans, well, I'm going to compare Detroit to Detroit. So this way, you know, they can't get out of it, because you got to be honest here. The truth in Detroit, I'm calling this segment of this video because it really ticked me off this week. I'm so sick of this guy being talked about like he's Wayne Gretzky or something. It's ridiculous. Yzerman in 247 games, again, as their GM, 84, 131, and 32, 40.5%. Right? There it is again. Just for the record, Your Honor. The 246 games before Yzerman, where the Detroit Red Wings were going like this, before Yzerman, they were 95, 115, and 33 for 45.3%. They were better before. The winning streaks under Yzerman, 4 3-game winning streaks, a 4-game winning streaks, and 1 5-game winning streak. So 6 winning streaks altogether. 4 3s, 1 4, 1 5. The 246 games before, 4 3s, 2 4s, 1 5, and 1 6. And folks, as for Yzerman versus Adams, we can look at this and say, oh, Lord, I mean, really, you know, Adams' numbers are right there with them, and who cares? It's not like Yzerman's lighting it up in Detroit, guys. He's not doing anything. 4 years. And he's brought this to the table. 40%, 40.5%. So where this genius thing comes from, guys, and you don't hear the Detroit fans saying Seider was a genius pick anymore the seasons he's having this year. And you don't hear them maybe saying that Dahlin's a bust anymore the year he's having this year. So, you know, hockey's a game of momentum. Hockey's a game of numbers. The numbers never lie. And folks, when it comes to these numbers, how can you tell me that there's lie in it? Because they were better before. And this was a team that was struggling and trying to find their identity again and making changes and, you know, like trying to build their team again. And then Yzerman took them again, and we've heard nothing but how great he is in the 4 years he's in Detroit. But what has he done? What has he done, Detroit? Really? Like, what has he done? You don't hear Buffalo fans going and saying that Adams is a genius. We're just saying, you know what, this year Adams should be GM of the year. So far, it looks that way. It does. So far. But if you look here, once again, I'm not going to use this and say, aha, we're 3.5% better. We know where we're headed. The Sabres are headed, and I'll show you in a nutshell. This is where the Sabres are headed, okay? That's where the Sabres are headed. I think any Sabres fan knows this. This is where Detroit's headed. It's the truth. It's the truth. Detroit could get red hot all of a sudden, make the playoffs this year. I wouldn't be shocked. I would say it's about damn time that he gets them in over there. Whereas our team, we know it's a blessing if we get in this year because we came from this 2 years ago. There's no excuse, is what I'm saying. There's no excuse, guys. If this was Buffalo and this was Detroit, I would say Detroit's doing better. From where they came from, Detroit's doing better, much better than we are right now. If these were the numbers, wouldn't you be frustrated? If you're a Sabres fan, let's flip the script here, guys. What if this was Buffalo? Flip it. Would you be frustrated as a fan? I'm asking the Sabres fans. Would you be frustrated if 4 years has passed and nothing looks like anything is kind of really happening? Like, I know this year they look good for a while, Detroit, but they did last year also and went like this. So we can look at this from every single angle, but guys, the main question, and I'm going to close on this, is this. As for Yzerman versus Adams, one question, and it's an important question, guys. And you can tell I'm ticked off, but it ticked me off this week. It did. I'm so sick of seeing other channels just throw this guy into moments of glory again for doing nothing. It's ridiculous. One question. And this is what separates it for me. I think Adams is a better GM, and I'm not shy to say it. I think he's a far better GM. Not just better, far better. Who has the better lineage below the NHL? You tell me. You tell me, guys. Who has the better farm? All right, folks. Done for that one. My rant is over. See you in the next video.